This video presentation engages the question about periodization that I included in the assignment and would give you one answer, and this is sort of a mainstream consensus scholarly answer. If we were to divide the period of 3 chapters into two, where would be the dividing line? So a little bit before the dividing line, the end of what in Jewish historical perspective would be the biblical period, would be the end of the Persian period. So the Persian period kicks in when Cyrus defeats the Babylonians, allows the Jewish people to go back into exile, and many of them stay and develop a diaspora during the Persian period in the wider expanse of the Persian Empire. This is a cylinder on clay that was executed by scribes of King Cyrus, describing his conquest of the Babylonians and taking over of their empire. Jerusalem is restored and rebuilt under the Persians with the biblical figures named Ezra and Nehemiah in the middle to the end of the 5th century, and that's really the close of the biblical period. The dividing line and the real game changer historically from the standpoint of Jews and really the whole kind of Mediterranean and Near East is the conquests in 333 by Alexander of Macedon, a young man who in a very short order conquers most of the known world. Pictures of him. Now Alexander dies. He divides his kingdom. He dies shortly after his conquest, divides his kingdom into 2 to 3 with his generals. The two that concerns Jewish history are the Egyptian dynasty, the Ptolemies, and the Syrian Mesopotamian dynasty, the Seleucids. Now, why Alexander in the period that he ushers in is really a game changer and a new era in Jewish history has to do with a movement or a force called Hellenism. And Hellenism is the spread and adoption of Greek culture, language, norms throughout the world. One of the reasons why this is so important to the Jewish community as well as others is a sense of homogenization. Jews, like others, and both in the land of Israel or Judea and in the diaspora, are starting to speak Greek, write in Greek, and even translate the Bible into Greek. But another reason why Hellenism is a new era and important for Jews is why Jews remain different. As Hellenism spreads, people throughout the world adopt Greek religion, Greek deities, while Jews stick to the worship still of the one God, whether they're in their own land or whether they're spread throughout. This makes them religiously distinctive. Other ways, religious and culturally, that Jews remain distinctive is through observance of Sabbath and festivals and fasts, observance of dietary laws, most specifically abstaining from pork products, and one other custom, circumcision. Whereas before the rise of Hellenism, Jews would not have been distinctive, or Jewish males would not have been distinctive by practicing circumcision, because many other Near Eastern cultures and the Egyptians did. The Greek sensibility about the human body and its perfection considered circumcision to be a wound and an act of barbarism. So many peoples stopped circumcising Jews, held on to it, and so circumcision became a cultural, physical marker of Jews and Jewish distinctiveness. And most particularly because of Hellenistic culture, people were appearing naked. Men would be in the gymnasiums or the baths naked, and their ethnicity and religion made them particularly identifiable.